Edna, please tell our audience about what you've been through and the struggle, and give them some insight and some personal information on maybe how to let them know how to, how decisions can bring about big changes in our lives.
Um, well, having a car accident is a very difficult thing in life. I I never expected it to happen to me. Um, the whole, well, I mean, first of all, I came from a foreign country, Liberia, arriving here and then getting married to another foreign country, another foreigner, which is from Argentina, and then having children. My whole life was around my children, my four children. Uh, Being a housewife and working part time, I had it great. You know, football game, taking my kids to the basketball game, all that stuff. But it just comes to a point where when you change your culture and you come to America, you want to try everything as an American. I never thought I've been like driving, going out and drinking, and I've driven drunk most of the time. But never once in my life would I ever think that one day I'll be so much under the influence of alcohol that I will lose track of who else is coming around me. And I had my children at home waiting for mommy to come home. And so when a car accident happened, I didn't see where the car came from. I mean, if I had known, if I was not under the influence of alcohol, which I don't think anybody should ever be, uh, compared to what I went through, I would have seen him. I would have actually seen him and taken the other way. But I didn't see the driver at all. And he hit me and left me on the road for dead. So just my children getting the call the very next day that mommy is in the hospital, being in a coma for 3 weeks. Um, never knew, ever thought it would be me. So, and then the first thing coming when I got out of the coma, the first thing that came to mind was, wow, my children. What will happen to them now? What will happen to me now? And waking up and the doctor telling me that, Miss Parola, you'll never walk again. I still couldn't believe it. For a whole year, I still didn't think that I was paralyzed. My kids went through hell. My youngest daughter was only 9 years old when I had my car accident, and my oldest was almost 17. Then I had a almost 16 years old and a 14-year-old, and then being divorced after 3 years, I had custody of all my children. So it was very hard on them. I mean, every one of them, it's still hard. I think they have uh, psychiatric problems since my car accident, because having to give them up to my ex-husband because I had to spend years in the hospital, that made it worse for them. So it, it just became so hard. Uh, Losing my house that I didn't lose it, but I had to give it over to him so he could take care of my kids. Um, so I gave everything up because it was all about them. I did what was first beneficiary to them. So for them to be in the house that I was still in, he took it over, and my kids were there, and I went into the hospital, rehab, and then into the nursing home because I didn't couldn't go back home. Uh, so for years, it was very hard for me, and learning to do everything again, to shower myself, to brush my teeth, and um, just just learn everything again. It's just the most difficult thing ever in my life I've ever done. I'm still going through struggles
So
of doing all this stuff. You know,
it never stops.
it never stops.
So,
And then just the idea of people now looking at who I am now and who I was before.
right.
Everybody look at you differently.
Of course.
The friends that you thought they were your friends
Of
no
course.
longer are your friends because now you're a certain way, so they can't come near you. They can't, react to you the same way they did before.
Hmm.
Uh, but you just have to pick up life as it goes,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be as much as I can, independent as much as I can.
That's great.
Um, uh, just since 2011, I'm just actually starting to pick up life, trying to get my life back together,
Right.
owning my home now again,
Right.
and putting everything together.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing has stopped me except for walking. I'm still doing the same thing,
Exactly.
yeah, that I used to do. I'm still who I am. I'm still goofy as usual,
Yeah.
you know.
Me too.
Yeah.
Still gotta enjoy our life, you
Yes,
know.
you still have to.
You know, and her story, you know, I hope it really opens a lot of your eyes out there just to realize that
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, you wake up and you're always me, and you just don't realize, you know, it's a different struggle. But like I was telling my friend earlier, sometimes people don't know what they can lose when they're not living this life. Like, if you're not living this life, you don't understand. Sometimes, you know, you don't realize that you got a lot of good things in your life, and sometimes you need to hear stories like ours, just so you can think about your own situation and say, yeah, my situation isn't that bad. And I mean, it's not for you to listen to what we're saying and be depressed, but to be inspired and say, well, I can do this, I can do that. Let me use these things. Let me get off the couch. Let me go out. Let me do something, if not for others, but for yourself. Because some people don't even do things for themselves. So her story, you know, should inspire you to go out there and just continue to live your life as well. Edna, you're a high roller.
Yes, I
I
am.
heard.
A
So
high roll.
we're gonna have to get a shot of the vest. We're gonna see her vest, and there's other things because I'm in her room. Well, I'm in her room inside the house, my first time here, and she has a lot of wonderful things she want to share. So let's take a break, and we'll be back with I Believe TV. Welcome back to I Believe TV. I'm still here with my good friend Edna. She has a lot of nice things going on that she's going to tell you about. So listen to what Edna has to say. Enjoy some of the great things she's given, and she'll give you some of the information at the end of the show on how you can get in contact with her. Some of these lovely things I see.
Well, as you know, I used to design homes. I decorated all my homes that I've owned. Uh, climb on the ladder and put pictures up in the wall. Did every decorated item that I used to do. But now that I'm in a wheelchair, I can no longer do that anymore. So I tell people how I want things in my home, but I instruct them how I want it, and they do the work. As you can see, the one on the left, on the right, one of my daughters, Rita, draws little items, but then she has like an artistic kind of drawings. So she puts them together, and I add on my touches. So I put that together and made it into that picture. And the bottom two are mine. And as for my career, because I can no longer work as an interior decorator, I've decided to go into international jewelry collection. So I have jewelry collection that I tell them what I want, and it's from Africa and London. So as you can see, all these pieces are from the African bees, hand-picked African bees and crystals, and they're made handmade. All of these, as you can see, all these in the bottom are African necklaces, African bangles, and bracelets. And I go to antique stores and I collect different items that look like what I would like, collect them, and I resell them. So that's why you see these rings and earrings. And that's the type of business I want to get into. I want to travel to different countries, buy from international countries, and bring it back to the US and resell them. That's my idea of getting my career back, and also have my own um, fashion design. I like to sketch my own items that I wear and have someone sew it. That's my idea of all my goal in life is to do that. And hopefully I'll be successful in doing that. And just have my kids come over to where I live and enjoy themselves and live life to the best of my ability as I can. That's me. And if you want to reach me, you can always reach me at girlafreak@hotmail.com, or I'm on Facebook, Edna Duemo Parola at facebook.com, or I can be reached by telephone, 301-213-1453. And you can actually browse my page, which I haven't developed yet, but it will be coming up soon. You can browse my page and tell me what you like, and I can actually hand design what you like, and it can be hand done for you. I still believe that you can still continue doing what you used to do before your car accident if you happen to be paralyzed. Uh, in my instance, I can no longer use my whole bottom torso. I'm paralyzed from the chest down. So I can no longer do what I used to do before, climbing a ladder and hanging up my own painting and going to people's homes and taking measurements of how their decoration is going to be. I can no longer do that, but I can still instruct people of what I want in my decoration, and that's what I've been doing. I decorated all my homes, and I'm still doing. In the home that I live in now, I've still done the same thing, putting my own pieces of what I want, and I think I'm doing the same great job as I used to do. As you can see, even though I don't stand up and do it myself, but I let people do it, and it's been, I think, in a good shape. I think, as you can see, I still have my liquor collection and my wine collection going on. And just the place is just me, I just make it look just like who I am. I'm goofy and outgoing and private as well, but very, very sociable, very likable. And I still do my little collections from every country as I go to. See, over there, I have the country where I come from, which my dad is from Ghana, and he's a natural Ashanti, which is Ashanti, and that's the symbol from Ashanti. That's my father, and that's me, and that's my son. I only have one son and three daughters. And the kente is from Kumasi. That's a symbol and the national fabric of a Kumasi. So that I made myself. That's a collage. I put that together myself to symbolize who I am and where I come from. And my mother is from Liberia. So there's two cultures that came together and merged to have me, a Liberian and a Ghanaian, and to have crazy me. That's who I am. 4 sisters and 1 brother. And I have 4 children. And my ex-husband is from Argentina. It's a mixture of every different part of the world. But my advice to everyone is never, ever drive under the influence of alcohol or anything at all. Always watch your surroundings when you're on the road, because it could happen to anyone. What happened to me could happen to any of my daughters or my son. I'm just happy it happened to me and none of my children. So I tell them every day, never drink and drive, never take drugs and drive. Always be alert to watch out for other people. Because I didn't have the accident, someone else ran me off the road. But if I had been alert, it wouldn't have never happened. So always be alert when you're on the car road. That's my advice for any teenager or anyone.
2014 Abilities Expo. I'm here with a wonderful friend, Erica Bogan. We're here with MV1. I have one, she sells them. Erica, please tell them about the MV1 and how they can find it.
So the MV1 stands for Mobility Vehicle 1. It is the very first fully accessible vehicle that's built from the ground up. We like to say purpose-built. It's built with a purpose to be universally designed so anybody can use it. You can actually go to our website, which is www.mv1-1.us. There's dealer locator. You can find out where the nearest dealer is to you.
Now everybody asks, who makes them, you know? Like they don't see Ford, Nissan, Cadillac, they don't see nothing, no emblem that resembles anything that they've been buying through the years. So who actually makes the MV1?
So the MV1 is made by Mobility Ventures, which is a subsidiary of AM General. AM General you might be familiar with, they're the makers of the Humvee and the H2 Hummer. These are actually built in the former facility that the H2 Hummers were also built in.
That's Mishawaka, Indiana,
Mishawaka, Indiana, that's correct. So these are fully made in America.
American made.
Very proud of that.
Yeah, so check them out. You know, they're good. I have had one since 2011, and it's done wonders for me. Didn't have any problems, except maybe what I need gas, my oil change, regular stuff that, you know, you need to do. But otherwise, it's got purpose, it's purpose built, and it fulfills your purpose. So check them out.
One of the greatest things too that I want to add that we were actually able to do, so X and I were able to go out to dinner together for the very first times of our years-long friendship because of the MV1. We were able to both get our chairs in the vehicle and ride together to go out.
A lot of room.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of room. Can actually fit 3 manual chairs in there.
Yeah.
So it's a great car, so check them out. Thanks, Erica.
No problem. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
2014 Billy's Expo. High Rollers.
High Rollers.
Hi, welcome back to I Believe TV. Still here with Edna. Right now you see she's holding the vest. High Rollers Wheelchair Club. Like many others out there. And I really want to give a shout out to you out there who joined the club. Basically, earlier in the season of the show, Damon explained what High Rollers is about. But if you're just catching the show, High Rollers is a club that I started with Santina Muhall and Damon Rosaire and friends of mine, Felaine, Jahid, Chris. I mean, there's just so many people that went into starting this club. And we started with several names, but found out High Rollers, you know, it made you feel like the dice rollers. So, it gave you that sense of, a stronger name and a name that gave us that fun party feeling as well. So Edna, she hit me up and she's like, I want to become a high roller too. And right now we're going to get some information on what her name means and some shots of the symbols, and she's going to explain all those different things. So Edna, please show them the logo first.
This is the
in
logo.
the back so they can see that.
High roller.
That's the logo right there, high rollers.
Cool high rollers.
As the wheels turn,
yes,
we advance. That's what that means on the bottom.
Yes, and I'm a hot high roller.
She's a hot. So Edna, please explain to them your symbol, your name,
okay,
and how everything goes down.
My symbol is the strength of Kumasi, Ghana, which is my dialect and my nationality. I'm Ghanaian on my father's side, and this means it's called Giami, which is the strength of Kumasi. It means God, is God, religious, and also the strength of the culture. That's what it's called. And the Ifya, which is my name, I was born on a Friday, and so they name you Ifya. This is Ifya. But my full name is Ifya Kwanedu Jumor, which is I'm named by from a queen of Kumasi. That's why it's Ifya Kwanedu Jumor. And then I have Edna Jumor Parola, but I put it in an Egyptian writing. That's why it's like this. An Egyptian writing of Edna Jumor, which is my maiden name, my dad's name, and my married name, Parola. That's what it means. If you are Kwanedu. And it's a high roller jacket. Very hot, very sexy. And everybody should become a high roller.
Thank you.
That is disabled.
And it's not hard. You contact me on I Believe, Professor X, on Instagram. It's PROFESSIRX. I'm usually the only one who used that name right now. Hopefully it's still the same way. So you just look that name up and, hit me up. Hit Edna up. And just, you want to be a high roller? You don't have to be in a wheelchair to be a high roller. I make vests for people that are walking too. It's the whole thing about it is just unity and just love and be, the whole life that I live. I have people that's there for me, like I mentioned earlier, Pauline. That's why I'm filming right now. That's why I Believe TV is back on the air, because there are people that are helping me do what I do. I don't just do what I do on my own. So this whole family is what high rollers stand for. So if you're about helping others and you want to be a high roller, let them see the logo again. Look how beautiful the vest is. You get your name on the vest.
Yes.
You get the beautiful logo. This is the ladies logo, and then I got the male logo. You got the name high rollers. Represent.
How can you beat this?
Represent.
Most beautiful jacket I've ever seen.
And it's good, and it reflects in the night. Fluorescent. We got the fluorescent stitching. So
Yes.
remember, people, never give up on your dreams.
Never.
You heard Edna's story. Very inspirational. I'm inspired. I'm going to do a lot more just hearing her story. Actually, this is the first time I heard her story. This is our first time really sitting down and getting to know each other. And we're going to get to know each other even more in the future. And I'm going to show you some more of her work. So I'm glad you had a good time. I had a good time. You had a good time?
I had an excellent time.
Yes, and thank you for watching I Believe TV. And just stay tuned to the end of the show and the credits. Give you more information how you can contact her, me, and all the different people that help I Believe TV for what it is. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.